Hello, this is David, the backyard ufologist. It's good to be here with you on this Saturday afternoon, late evening here. Got a late start. Had lots to do this morning and in the afternoon. Still not finished. But anyway, I'd like for you to subscribe, like, and comment if you would. I've been out there trying to get some good pictures, and I catch a lot of orbs. I see the UFOs, but I'm just not being able to get it with the equipment that I have. So we're going to be getting some night vision goggles here very soon. I've got to go into New York City to B&H, and they're going to hook me up, man. And I've already talked with them, and they know exactly what I need. Stuff costs a lot of money. I'm getting the cheapest I can get. Hey, I got the chat working, and let's make sure that it's going okay now. On the events page here, I'm bringing it up now. Oh, there I am. Yes, and if you'd like to say something, feel free to say something, okay? I do appreciate that. And I've got some pictures to show you. I'm going to go ahead and screen share, and I'll check you back on the other side. All right. Okay, there I go. All right. Cool, man. Cool beans. All right. So here's the chat. So say something. Say hello. I'd like to hear your comments on some of these orbs that I'm going to show you. I got some old pictures and some new ones, if you will. And now I have to search for them. Oh, goodness gracious. I was not prepared. Yep, that's me. Not prepared here. Okay, I think it's, oh, that's 8:18. No wonder, David. We're on 9:15. There we go. All right, here we go. I'm going to get started here. Show you one right off the bat. Okay. Isn't this cool? What a catch, huh? You know, you really can't see much in it, but they're coming a little bit closer now. But I've got to say this. I've had to have some business dealings with family members. And I'm going to tell you, when it comes to money, people don't care if you're family or not. They're going to screw you as much as they can the next person. So I wanted to say that. Very wounded and hurt the way I was done on a few things concerning money, of course. If it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have got what we got anyway. They just have no feelings at all. So that's another chapter in my life that's closed and not over yet. But, you know, I got Jesus, and that's all that matters. Right? All right. Okay. Now, this is an old one I've showed before. It's not real old, just about a month old. And you can see right here, we're just sitting right off the deck. And asked them to come. They came. So there is an icon or a symbol in here. And if anybody knows what that is, please comment. Say something, you know. Tell me what you think it is. Isn't that weird? It's crazy, man. Okay, and the second one came to us, and that's the one that has the face in it. Can you see the face? You got two eyes, a nose, a mustache. This is the hair. And you can see the hands is folded on one hand here, and it's on his chin. And he's just kind of got his hands folded looking at me. or us. Isn't that something? What is that? Is this an extraterrestrial and this is how they come down to Earth? Some of them? Or is it a spirit that's on the Hamanescent ley line here? I still want to hear everyone's feedback on this and tell me what you think it is. And of course, you've got these designs in here too, these symbols, which I would really like to hear feedback on. And that's for sure. Isn't that something, man? There's just so much energy where I am because the ley line runs right through my backyard. And here's another one that has some kind of cross or something in it. When you zoom in, it's so far away, but about right there, see, it's a cross, some kind of icon, and little elementals, little energy things all around it. It's a trip. It's a trip. And it's dark out there. And this is me bringing up the contrast and the brightness to bring you all these. See all these orbs? There's orbs out there every night. Here's another one. I think it's one of the same ones, a different time. And you see, it could be different, Okay, I can see this is the limb going through almost all the way. And, you see the limb here and here. But you can see the lines, and then there's something in the middle right there. And I can make out all kind of different things. What can you make out? Please comment and tell me what you think that is, or our live chat right now, and tell me what you think it is. That's the trip. Anytime I go out there, I catch orbs. It's crazy. It really is. That's what it looks like without the contrast and the brightness, and that's the only thing that I do. I don't know. I don't know what it is. When I get the night vision goggles, I think we're going to really see better detail. And we put a little money into the channel to get equipment and some software like Photoshop and really zoom it in if we can. Now, see, this is just on the ley line here. As you can see, there's a boulder here. There's a boulder here. There's a really big one back over that way, and really big ones. There's a big one right here and another one here, and they just go down in a line. Somebody set them up like that, either Mother Nature or the ancients, and they got quartz in them. So it's a lot of energy. I think it attracts vortexes and things like of that nature. The Hamanescent ley line that goes through there, so they marked it. So yes, a lot of activity, and you can see here is other. That looks like an infinity. Other symbols in here that just struck me right off the bat as an infinity symbol there. I know that one. That looks like maybe a cone head. Like Dan Aykroyd? No. But half faces, you see all kind of, it looks like an eye that's looking. That looks like an eye that's looking there. And if you look close enough, you start seeing faces. And, is this a whole new universe like the atom under your thumbnail? You remember Animal House? But there is no pot smoking, I can tell you that. I don't need that, man. I tell you, I used to be cool. I used to do that stuff. They say, oh, he's cool, man. He smokes. But, I did that when I was younger. I've already done it. And I found out, it is cool and everything's fun. It's a good being creative and everything. But somebody that gets stoned 3 times a day just is not going to do anybody much good. You can't do yourself any good like that. It's just a mood altering drug. And I do believe in it for pain, though, for sure. I'm glad that they're using it for that now. This is crazy, or what is that? That almost looks like a face right there. And yeah, look at that. So there's the nose, the mouth, the eyes. It's all weird. It's so exciting. I really like watching this stuff and looking at it and exploring it and hearing other people talk about it. There's this one guy. I'm sorry, I can't remember your website. You call the Orbs. I think you're in the UK, and we talked. And I said, we need to get together and maybe do a live show, and hopefully we'll be able to do that through Hangouts, and he can maybe do it live for us while we're on the air, and show some pictures, and I can share mine with him, and we'll have a good show, maybe a couple hour show, and let the audience participate and maybe even answer questions. So wouldn't that be cool? So that's what's yet to come. The channel, we have 72 subscribers now, and they're not going to let me make any money until I get over, I think it's 4,000. You got to get that 4,000 subscribers or views. I read it one time and I said, oh man, I don't know if that's going to be reachable, but I hope it is. I hope people have interest in the orbs. When I start getting the UFOs I see in the air here, now the UFOs come over also. There's a lot of energy here, and they come over, but they're just not as low as they are at ESETI Ranch. And they'll say, oh, somebody's down there, and they'll flash at me. And I flash my flashlight. I need a laser. But that's yet to come too. Like I said, we're just starting. We're young, and we're having a lot of growing pains, and it really does hurt, and especially when you got other things going on too. But there's that one with the cross again. Some of the ones are the same ones that keep coming out. That looks like wings right there. Maybe that's a fairy. Look at this right here. Now, doesn't that look like a feline? Sorry about that. Feline. My headphones keeps hitting my windscreen. Sorry. Um, Two eyes, the snout. Look at this. The stripes. That's like a tiger, some kind of cat. That's a feline. And I see the felines a lot, and I hear James Gillian talk about them at ESETI Ranch a lot. That they come there and they appear, and they're ancient, and they are protectors. They used to protect the emperor in China, and they're always there to help and to protect. And I ask for protection a lot. I use 1 John 4:14 every time. So we don't want any negative entities coming here. We don't want any demons, jinns, or any of the tricksters that can really cause havoc. And being a ex-paranormal investigator, I've had my experience with them, and I'm telling you, we don't live in a world that most think we do. I'll promise you that. Look at this. Now, what is that? Some kind of energy, some kind of paranormal, if you will. We could call it paranormal, maybe spiritual, uh, angels, who knows? Here's some more. I don't want to keep you too long here. I've got, 100 photos here. Let me just, okay, you can see this one. It's pretty cool. I went last night and I took some pictures. And let's see, where are they? Oh boy, they've already got mixed up. Is this it? Okay, here's some right here. I think it starts right around here when I started taking these this week. Show you some of the latest ones here. Now look at how big they are. They've changed. I noticed that this week that they had changed and are huge. Look at this. They're not as bright, but they're very huge. It's almost like they've got a cloaking or ghostly, or I don't know what it is. But see right here, that looks like an eye right there. It looks like an eye and a nose and a mouth smiling, and a big old face there. Yeah. I know I'm going back and forth here. Look at this. Now, okay, I know this could be a it's late at night. I don't think it's a dragonfly, but it could be a moth. It could be, something like that. But this is far away. It's not a mosquito. It's not a very small flying entity. It looks like a fairy to me. And that's what I was told it was. And I see them out there all the time. I said, did I just see that? I don't want to start, saying, hey, man, he is nutso, but see, they're all around. See, look at all of this energy. It's just the way it is. It is what it is here. There's always been activity, and I've pushed a lot of it out of the house. There's nothing inside anymore, but every once in a while, and it's all good. They're good entities because I am very spiritual now, and I've learned how to do the clearing. If you want to do a clearing of your house and your property, just go to East City Ranch and look for clearing. And he has a web page that takes you step by step on how to get rid of negative entities and evil entities. I'm just going to go ahead and say it, but he says negative entities. So you can get them all out of your house, and they won't return. If sometimes I do a clearing here 4 times a day, and especially when you get pissed and you're mad, that's when they want to attack and draw your energy vampires and stuff, things of that nature. Okay, somebody says they wanted me to zoom in on this. I'll try. I've screwed it up is what I've done here. Okay. Ah, crap. Okay, what I'll do, it won't work again if I do that, so I have to do that. Okay, where was I? Down here. You have to excuse me, it's been a long day. Oh well, I think I've lost them now. Sorry. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Let's just go right here. And that was the contrast, and the brightness is the only thing I've done to this picture. And then when I did that, look at all the energy around this thing. So that's not a fairy, huh? Yeah, I'd say a bug, but when you got all this energy around it and orbs that's along with it, so it's probably a fairy or a pixie. And see, that's what it really looked like. And then you add the brightness and the contrast, and then you can see the other. When I get the night vision goggles, I think that's going to help. So and like see the sky. Let's see where. Yeah, you could see a UFO like a light or something, but the video just doesn't bring it in. And you can see it flash with the equipment that I have anyway, and we're going to remedy that. Like I said, we're young and we're growing. There we go. See, I got control now with the keyboard. I don't know what that is. That looks like a mosquito, to tell you the truth. That's what I'm saying, but I don't know. They do look like bugs. That's some big ass mosquitoes, man. I want to get bit by them. Look at that compared to the top of that. Come on. And then you have the orbs, like right there is the orbs around it. Orbs in the tree. Yeah. That is a trip. And that's what it looked like without the contrast and the brightness. And the air conditioner just came on, so sorry about that. Now, here is one of the very first ones that I captured, and I was able to get a trial copy of Photoshop, and I was able to get it to this point. And if you can see, there's that looks like an eyeball right there. I've shown this before, and nobody will give me any feedback on this. They won't tell me what they think it is, unless they're scared. have no idea. Um, hey, and the live chat is working. If you would like to say hello, be sure to say hello and subscribe, like, and comment. Also, would appreciate that very much. Oh, look at this one. This one's pretty cool. It's like two eyes, the nose, and a big mouth smiling. You know, it's like, hey, here I am. I'm over here. You know, it's weird, strange. And then here's one. I can't. I hope I can find the other picture, but it was laying on one of these rocks. This is a fairy circle that we have made around a big boulder quartz, and it was like right in here, right in here. It was laying on a rock. I took the picture. Then when I took the next picture, it was in flight, flying right towards me. And that was a trip. Look at that. Huh, that's weird, isn't it? That's strange. What do you think that is? And here's another one that I captured over by the fairy circle. You know, you really can't see what it is, but people are telling me that they're fairies. I believe it. I believe it very much. Okay, and here we have another one. You can tell that that's two wings, and look right there. That's far as I can get. Man, let me see if I can get any further. Okay, look at this right here. You can see that these are wings, and that's a head. Don't look like a head of an insect to me. That looks like a fairy. What do you think? Say something. Wow. Oh, and here's where it was laying before I was telling you about. It was laying right here. That's what it looked like laying right there on the rock or on the quartz stones that has quartz in it, granite. And then the next one, it was flying up towards me. And so you got orbs here. This is the big boulder. And look, there's something on the boulder. See that energy coming off of it. The trip, got an orb there, all kind of little elementals. You'd miss it if you went out there. I'm telling you, but they're all there. You know, I don't know if this is just some kind of camera artifact, but it's like little ships zooming through, or maybe one, and it looks like many. And I caught them over here also. That's what kind of tripped me out. And I said, well, if it's there, what's it doing over here? Or is it moving that fast? And I just captured it, you know? Look at that. You know, I don't know. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. I'd like to say hello to Crystal Dixon, Karen Smith, Gary over at Stop and Shop. Glad and hope that you are viewing this or will later. Okay. I just wanted to show you how many orbs I have out here. You know, I mean, it's crazy. I'll just go through it real fast here because I don't want to hold you. And oh yeah, let me check this. If I can move it over. I showed you that one. All right, check this one out. I caught this one in top of the tree here. And look at the face that's in there. Two eyes, the nose, the mouth. Okay, if you look at it kind of closely, it kind of looks like human. Keep looking at it, and it kind of looks like a feline being or an extraterrestrial. I mean, I don't know. You know, I'll leave it up to you. What I think, you know, I know it's something. and it's on the spiritual realm. It's not the nuts and bolts kind of UFO, extraterrestrial. I think they are ascended masters, um, and doing a clearing, keeping the negative lower astrals out. I believe it's ascended masters. You know, they used to travel. You know, if you read and researched it, they would be so spiritually connected and enlightened that they could produce a tetrahedron. You know, like the Star of David, the Jewish symbol, two pyramids, you know, one upside down and one forward, and vice versa, and it could go on and on and on, you know, to infinity. Um, and they could make it appear around them, and they could take off and go anywhere. And I do believe that humans will get there one day, but the hate that is in this country right now, you know, I haven't really, well, I've experienced a little bit of it. Um, you know, I mean, I hate. It's just, and I think Trump may be an excuse. I keep politics out of my channel. I don't want to have anything to do with it. You know, I mean, it is what it is. But we got to start loving each other and helping each other and showing some forgiveness. Because you know, until we our spirituality matches the technology, we're not going to move forward at all. And I do believe there are dark forces that don't want us to move forward. They want us to be divided. They want us to be conquered. And they want us to keep doing what we're doing, why they benefit from it. So that's all I'm going to say about it, okay? But we got to start loving and forgiving, unconditional love and forgiveness, where we can start moving on. And, you know, we may be able to travel just like this. I really believe that we can. I'm 100% certain that we can. I think some of us may ascend. I don't know. We'll see. That's a deep subject, and if anybody wants to talk about it, I'll be glad to speak about it and share some of my research on it. It's a lot of research out there on that. I showed you that one. I showed you those. Okay, I'm going to close this one, and I want to show you the ship that I caught. Now, this is an older picture of the house I caught. It's one of my first ones that I captured, and I go, what the, you know, what is all of this, you know? And there's the gold one, you know. I mean, it's right there. He's been there from day one, and you really can't see, but you can tell there's stuff inside there. Maybe you can see better than me, you know, on that. That looks like a side of an eyeball and an eye socket, you know. Who knows what all this is in there? The whole universes. And you can see that I still have the same equipment, you know. I'm a poor boy. And there's that one that was smiling, all smiling at me. And there's that one with the cross, another one with a cross, another one with some kind of symbol in it, right there. You know, it's taken me years to learn this stuff. It really has. And there's a face there. You know, just because they kind of look horrible sometimes don't mean that they're bad. Always remember that. And the only thing you can do, and I think that works, is using First John 4:1-4. I mean, that's what God gave us to test, whether you believe it or not. You know, you use it, it's universal law. You know, they have to flee. And as I was looking at all these, look at that, looks like a sideways UFO, doesn't it? Isn't that a trip? As I was looking closer to this, look what I found right here. This is a little ship. This is not the branches. This is up high. This is in the air. That this is behind it, and it was zooming by. And look at the tip right there. Doesn't that look like a yin yang? This one, it goes. It looks like it's shorter, but it stretches out. So I'm saying that that's one of those chevron ships, kind of, and kind of. It's a chevron ship. That's what I think it is. I'm just going to go ahead and say it, you know. And I don't know if there's more to it than what the flash lightened up. Because I know, what's the guy's name? John Leonard Walson catches all those big ships by Orion's belt and out in deep space, which is probably ours and probably extraterrestrials we work in concert with. It's kind of weird, isn't it, that they're surrounded us like that. There's some big ass ships, but you can only see what the light lights up. It could be a lot more in the darkness, more of the ship, you know. So yeah, I wanted to show that. And there it is where I cut it out back when things were more reasonable with Photoshop. None of my old copies of Photoshop will work in Windows 10. So they just make you, it's just greed, just greed. Now they want a monthly payment of $20 for a subscription. You can't just buy the program. Doesn't that suck? Even Windows 7 wouldn't run my Photoshop. So I said, man. But anyhow, that's the way of the world. Okay. And here I am. Didn't see anybody in the chat. I don't know if it's working. It says it's working. And I don't have an encoder, but it looks like it's working. So, but nevertheless, would like for you to subscribe if you would, like and comment. And if you like what we're doing, and if you want to help get us off the ground here, you can make a donation. I would appreciate it very much. All the details are in the description box. There's 3 different ways that you can give with your favorite one. It could be Patreon, it could be PayPal, it could be GoFundMe. So I got all 3 of those there, and I would appreciate it, even if it's 99 cents a month, or just a one-time 99 cents. I don't care. It will help us, and everything goes to software and equipment that I really want, and we really need to bring you more of this, plus the UFOs that are flying over. They come over Long Island Sound, and they come right over. They're following this Haminescent ley line. My wife told me, she goes, they're always going right back and forth right here from south to north. You don't usually see that with satellites here. A lot of satellites, but you got Heavens Above, you know, the flybys and things of that nature. And I have Star Walk, and I go, oh well, maybe that was a satellite, and it tells you what it was, but there's none there, and they go up and they'll flash back at me. Those are ships. There's some kind of ships, but nevertheless, do all that, comment, subscribe, and like. Have 72. I want to get 100 by the end of September. That would be cool. 4,000's way off before we start making money. So I have to rely on donations. And if you'd like to advertise on my channel, you can do that too. We're thinking about doing that. We got some exciting things coming up also. So live interviews, and I've been talking out into the community at some of these guys, and they want to hook up, and share pictures, and get online, and maybe we'll start growing after that. So I do appreciate it. Okay. You have a safe weekend. This is David, the ufologist, saying have a great weekend. I'll check you back here next week. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good weekend.